Look at this wet stain on my shirt. It's because whenever I eat, it's dang near impossible to not get it dirty. But back to what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the impossible. It is impossible to please God without faith. It is impossible. Almost nothing is impossible, guys. It's actually kind of scary how anything can be. Really. But one thing you won't do, you won't please God without faith. God cannot move for you without faith. And it's because God comes in us so that he has a body to operate in this realm. And through us, God will perform miracles, signs, wonders. You know you're a sign and a wonder for somebody, but you haven't been that yet, and they're sitting there waiting on that because you don't believe how great you are. You don't believe you're capable of even the smallest bit of change. And then there's people who work and strive to be all that they want to be, and they still can actually on the outside be that person, but internally they're not that person, so they're not going to conduct themselves like that for real. So how could God use them? Because it's impossible to please God. We can do so many things. We can give to the poor and heal people, even just by giving a good hug, but you won't please God if you don't believe what you ask for, what you pray for, what you work so diligently towards. It's all in vain at that point. And God don't do that. God can't do that because God can't be a liar. So if you speak something, the God in you has to perform. Doesn't mean right away. Doesn't mean to the exact T of every detail that you have in your mind. But God has to perform. And so when your flesh gets in the way of the God in you, you can't please God. Number one, you can't please God. And you won't see anything come into fruition. Not for you. Maybe your neighbors, maybe your homies, maybe somebody else that actually believed. And you could have been better than them. But they had the guts. They had the belief to do it and see it through. I don't know who that's for. Take care. Don't look at my shirt. But no, for real. That's a real word for somebody.